Let's forget about all the trends, and these fragrances will stay popular forever. They are not those that are trying to be super trendy right now, being super gourmands or being something else. No, these you know that will never go out of style. First up, it's a classic Chanel fragrance because we have to start with Chanel, because what is more timeless than Chanel? It is Egoiste Chanel Eau de Toilette. This scent, it is wonderful, it's classic, it's fresh, but it's also deep. It's got amazing rose, a lot of cinnamon, a lot of freshness, but also sandalwood, mahogany, like different woods in there. It's an amazing fragrance. It literally has got every single note from fresh to woody to floral that you would want in a fragrance. And together it comes off as this super timeless, all year round fragrance. You can wear it summer, winter, whatever time, and it will last a long amount of time. And it is a fragrance that will just, it's not one of those fragrances that is trying to be popular right now. A lot of designer fragrances, I feel like, are trying to be popular and on trend, and most niche fragrances don't want to do that. Most houses, niche houses, but this one, like, you can safely go to Chanel and they're not trying to push you this new trendy scent that will just go out of style and be smelling a bit weird after 10 years. Next fragrance that will never go out of style, it is an amber fragrance of just such a good one. I think if you're going for a fragrance that, you know, you're not that like cool, you don't consider yourself cool. I don't consider myself cool, to be honest. It's one of those that, you know, either you don't and you want something that is just kind of classic, you don't care about trends, or you are into trends but you're like, I'm tired of them. Ambra from Jom, this will do it. Amazing sillage and performance K on this scent. It is extrait de parfum, so it's a very concentrated scent. You don't need many sprays either. Like, this scent, it's strong. I can smell it from the bottle. It's just so strong. I don't need to even spray it. It's this ambery, patchouli scent that is so strong. It's a bit smoky, it's a bit boozy, it's incredibly deep, dark and mysterious. It's so good. It's not overtly sweet either. I think it's got a nice balance of this like darkness, this like dark chocolate, sort of like 90% cocoa sort of a chocolate, that it's got a bit of that density and depth, but doesn't have that much amazing like sugar tooth sort of a sweetness. It's just absolutely sexy, amazing, and totally timeless, especially for wintertime. This is just divine. Next up, we've got an absolutely timeless freshie. I mean, if you want an amazing, refreshing, cooling fragrance, I would say L'Eau d'Issey Pour from Issey Miyake. It's that scent. It's got an array of such a blast of freshness and tartness. Man, I love this scent. It's this mandarin, lemon verbena, like very fresh, citrusy bergamot fragrance that is tart. It's also got vetiver, it's also got a bit of tobacco, it's got tarragon, it's got cinnamon, spices, a bit of sandalwood. And man, like, these notes are just amazing, but really when you smell it, you just get this lemony, grassy, green, bitter freshness that is just so good. I would say that this is any age appropriate. It's totally timeless. I love the bottle. It's very highly regarded fragrance. I mean, it's been around for I think 30-40 years now. It's got this like timeless scent, but it doesn't smell vintage at all. It's such a good scent. Next up, a very timeless fragrance. It is Tenora from Suspiro. This scent, it's so spicy. If you love your spice bomb fragrances, this has got clove in here for sure, like cinnamon, so many like spices spicy note. It almost smells like a medicine cabinet, but in the best way. I mean, it's so like drowning in the scent. I just want to sniff it all the time. And it's really strong, ambery, and just very like dark at the same time. It almost smells like the depths of the sea. That is what I'm getting from this. It's absolutely insanely just gorgeous, super sexy. The lavender in here is also like really manly at the same time. It's this manly like lavender scent, but with an overdose of spices. It's super unique, and I would highly encourage you with this, because although it's classic because of that lavender note, it does smell like with the times, but not, you know, overtly hyped and like I'm trying to have all the notes that are hyped and popular right now and I'm trying to be a bestseller. No, this is like still a timeless scent, but it's absolutely insanely good. Like, oh. Next scent is not trying to be something super popular, which I don't have a problem with like overly popular fragrances, but at the moment I'm kind of tired of them. Like, I just don't want to be told what is popular right now in any sphere of my life. I'm like, I just want those good, you know, fragrances that are just good and they don't need the hype. Okay, this is one of them. It's Oud Orange Intense from Bois. This scent, it's gorgeous. It's so good. It's this orange that is sugary. There's like this rock sugar on lemon slices, and it's probably like orange jelly as well. Like I can smell some orange jelly in here. It's slightly coconutty. It's very boozy as well. It's oud, but it's like you can't smell the oud really. It's not a typical oud fragrance. It's more of this like orange, a bit of florals. It's insane in the air. It's so strong. You can smell it for hours. Like this will give you a sillage of like 5 meters plus. It is that good and that intense. If you want something that you know you can wear in the winter time, but also the orange, because of the orange you can also wear this like summer evenings. This will smell spectacular. Something like this, oh, it's just so good, super unique, and really attractive smelling as well. Next up, another oudi fragrance that is very classic. I know that ouds are also trying to be like popular. There is this movement of popular ouds, but I feel like the ouds that are popular right now, they're quite sweet, whereas this is not that sweet. This is more a traditional oud, and it is called Purple Oud from Christian Dior. I said it really weirdly. This is very sexy. It's this super dry, spicy, woody oud. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a bit fruity as well at the top, but if you like, oh, my mouth is watering. I don't know what it is, but if there is a sexy fragrance that is like dry and woody, my mouth is watering, and this does it for me. It's just Moorish. It's super sexy. It's like how a true man should smell like. I just love Purple Oud, and it's amazing also for layering. So if you like layering your fragrances, try Purple Oud, because standalone it's magnificent, but also you can layer it pretty well with a lot of fragrances. Next up, a classic fragrance that is just timeless. This is a gourmand. This is the only gourmand on the list, I would say. Let's be honest, gourmands are everywhere at the moment. They are popular, but this is more of a classic take on a gourmand, and it is Seta from Moresque. This scent, it is for gourmand lovers. Like, you have to be a gourmand like nut. But man, this, like, if I smell this, I'll be like wanting to like bite the person who is smelling like this. It's so gourmand to the point that you go absolutely insane. It's super nutty, like almost this pistachio creaminess, and it's caramel also. It's so smooth. It's like a dessert, honestly, but there is this marzipan almost nuttiness that makes it smell a bit more classic, and this creaminess also, it's not found in every gourmand fragrance. I feel like some gourmand fragrances at the moment are quite harsh. This is smooth, classic, and has got that quality behind it, so you don't smell like a cheap gourmand, basically like a bonbon. This is, oh, gourmand lovers, try it out, okay? I'll link it down below, and also a sample for it if I can find it, because this was a love at first sniff for me. Next up, we've got another designer scent. As I said, I wouldn't consider most designer fragrances classics, especially the recent releases, but Guerlain is another brand that I would say they are just classic. Whatever they do, maybe it has got some like popular note in there. They make it so classic that like you don't care, it will be classic forever. And it is L'Homme Idéal L'Entrance from Guerlain. They've got a different bottle, it's a black bottle right now, but I've got the previous version, and you can see by the level of juice on here, like my husband absolutely adores this, and I adore this fragrance on him. It's this almondy rose that is fresh, but it's also leathery, it's enchanting. This is a very romantic fragrance, and without it being a typical, like, it's not a gourmand fragrance per se, but it's a fresh, romantic, like date fragrance. It's classic. It's just almost like a storybook romance sort of fragrance. It's timeless. It's absolutely gorgeous smelling. It lasts also a decent amount of time. It's just one of those fragrances that I say, like, if you're going to buy a designer fragrance but you want it to feel like a niche level fragrance, go for a brand like Chanel or go for a brand like Guerlain, because even the basic level fragrances, what I mean by that is they're like a designer offering, because some brands have got like the fancy and niche fragrances, but for these brands, even the like normal, you know, designer offerings, the level of fragrance, the notes are just incredible. So go for something like this and you'll smell good for life. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting me. If you want to support me a little bit more, give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below what is a fragrance that you would choose to be like this fragrance that is classic, that won't go out of style, that is not popular at the moment, like give me the hype sort of a fragrance. Subscribe if you haven't already for more fragrance content for men, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.